Hello rugby fans and welcome to FloRugby's recap for round 4 of the Investec Champions Cup. Concluding the pool stages in a grand fashion befitting of this competition's prestige within the sport, the round had it all from big time upsets, razor tight clashes to historic blowouts across its 12 matches this weekend. Starting the action with Ulster Rugby's thumping of the Exeter Chiefs on Friday night and ending with the Sale Sharks' dismantling of RC Toulon on Sunday evening, round 4 saw the original playoff script absolutely flipped on their head. So, without further ado, let's dive right into all the action. Claiming the status as our game of the week for round 4 was the all-time European classic between the Northampton Saints and Munster Rugby at Franklin's Gardens. Ebbing and flowing like a rip-roaring tide from the off, the two sides traded the lead throughout the contest. Scoring first, the Saints finished off a superb move with winger Tom Seabrook in what would be the first of his 3 tries on the day. This score jolted Munster into action, who fired back with 2 quick-fire tries of their own from Ireland international winger Calvin Nash, who showed world-class pace and sent a clear signal to the Irish selectors ahead of the Six Nations that he is the in-form winger in Irish rugby in 2025. Spearheading Munster's phenomenal attack was Irish fly-half Jack Crowley, who joined Nash in hitting his top form just ahead of European rugby's biggest international competition, the Guinness Six Nations. Taking the ball to the line, defending like an absolute Trojan and kicking masterfully, Crowley backed up his strong showing against Saracens in round 3 with arguably his best performance since Ireland's win over France in Marseille in last season's Guinness Six Nations. On the flip side, Northampton's own hotshot young fly-half Finn Smith was masterful in guiding his team around the park. Clearly relishing his battle with Crowley, Smith was cool, calm and composed and had handed everything positive the Saints did on the day. Drilling a conversion right on the stroke of halftime to bring the Saints back within 3 points, Smith played a key role in getting his side ahead early in the second half when Seabrook claimed his second try of the afternoon. Now leading by 9 points with 10 minutes to play, the Saints looked home and dry. This, however, is not the cloth with which Munster are cut from, and with 2 minutes left to play on the clock, Munster's debutant winger Diarmuid Kilgallen showed why Munster fans were so excited when he signed from Connacht in the off-season, as he crossed for his second try of the afternoon, the first of which came from a beautiful inside ball from veteran scrum half Colin Murray. Now, back within 2 points and with their tails up, Munster launched a deep attack with Crowley slipping through the Saints' defence before racing 50 metres upfield. Just as Munster had worked their way into penalty range, Saints, another young Saints superstar in back row Henry Pollock, backed up a try-saving tackle he made 5 minutes earlier with the match-sealing turnover to bring an end to one of the best Champions Cup clashes in recent memory, and a real reminder as to why the Saints vs Munster is one of the best rivalries in the Investec Champions Cup. To truly experience this clash, check out FloRugby's subscription packages, where the full match replay is now available, as are all of the other Investec Champions Cup match replays. So to recap, in the end, the Saints ran out 34-32 victors, sealing top spot in Pool 3, with Munster dropping back to third, courtesy of Castle Olympique's remarkable 32-24 upset victory over Saracens at the Allianz Stadium. This result relegated Sarries to 4th in Pool 3, while Castres jumped up to 2nd to complete the qualifications for the round of 16. This group saw the Vodacom Bulls trample Stade Francais 48-7 at Loftus Versfeld in Pretoria to lock in 5th position in the group. So, to recap, Group 3 ended with Northampton Saints 1st, Castle Olympique 2nd, Munster Rugby 3rd, Saracens 4th, the Vodacom Bulls 5th, and Stade Francais in 6th. Away from Pool 3, the other standout result of the weekend saw two-time champions La Rochelle slip to a shock loss on the road against Italian URC side Benetton. Well deserving of their victory, Benetton took the lead through a try by Battista Bernasconi with 13 minutes left to play. From here, the home side battened down the hatches to seal a famous 32-25 victory, and with it locked up 3rd spot in Pool 2. Just behind second place La Rochelle on points difference. In the other clashes of the weekend, Leinster overcame a fast Bath start, which saw the Premiership side racing to a shock 12-0 lead at the Aviva Stadium. This punch in the mouth saw a monstrous response from the 4-time champions Leinster, who squeezed the life out of their visitors en route to a 47-21 victory. Locking in the final playoff spot from this group was ASM Clermont, who downed the Bristol Bears 33-26 at the Stade Marcel Michelin. This result meant neither Premiership sides in this group progressed. So, in full, the pool ended as Leinster first, La Rochelle second, Benetton third, Clermont fourth, Bath fifth, and the Bristol Bears in sixth position. Sweeping through the other two pools, beginning with a highly competitive Pool 4, where RC Toulon secured top spot ahead of their final clash against the Sale Sharks. This mindset had clearly seeped into the French side as they pitched a total no-show against the Sale Sharks at the Salford Community Stadium. Racing away for a 33-7 win, the Sharks punched their ticket to the knockout stages. The other clash between two knockout sides in this group saw Harlequins blitz the Glasgow Warriors 24-7 at the Twickenham Stoop. This result locked Quins into fourth position in the group, 1 point behind the Sharks, whilst the Warriors finished second. The other Pool 4 clash in round 4 saw Racing 92 outlast the DHL Stormers 31-22 at La Défense Arena in Paris to seal fifth position, and with it a spot in the EPCR Challenge Cup. So, recapping this group, RC Toulon finished in first, Glasgow were second, Sale were third, Quins fourth, Racing 92 fifth, and the DHL Stormers rounded out the group in sixth position. In the heavy-hitting group of this year's competition, we saw Bordeaux Begley conclude their pool stage campaign in glorious fashion by shredding the Hollywood Bet Sharks 66-12. Starting slowly, Bordeaux fell into an early 12-0 hole with the Sharks playing out of their minds with two superb tries. This joy would be short-lived for the South Africans, however, as Bordeaux and in particular Damien Penaud took control. The French international winger would go on to score 6 tries in total in the demolition as he moved well clear of his injured teammate Louis Bielbiaré as the top try scorer in this year's competition. As touched on above, Ulster downed Exeter in the first clash of round 4, which combined with Bordeaux's huge win saw the Irish province leapfrog the Sharks for the fourth and final position in the Last-16, on points difference alone. This result also ensured that none of the South African sides progressed to the Last-16 in what was a very disappointing return. Rounding off this pool were the reigning champions Toulouse, who unleashed hell on the Leicester Tigers in a record 80-12 domination of their English rivals to conclude their unbeaten run through this group. Unfortunately for Toulouse, their inability to lock in a 4-try bonus point away to the Sharks in round 3 means they finish in second place in the group, lining up an unlikely, coming into the season, mouth-watering away semi-final against last year's finalists Leinster. So, to wrap up this group, the finishing order was as follows. Bordeaux finished first, Toulouse were second, Leicester third, Ulster fourth, the Sharks in fifth, and the Exeter Chiefs rounded out the group in sixth. With the playoff spots now locked in, the Last-16, which will take place over the first weekend of April and is live on FloRugby, is as follows. RC Toulon will host Saracens, Stade Rochelle will host Munster, Union Bordeaux Begley will play host to Ulster Rugby, Stade Toulousain will be at home against the Sale Sharks. Leinster Rugby will host Harlequins. Castres Olympique will play host to Benetton. Northampton Saints will be at home to ASM Clermont at the Franklin's Gardens. The Glasgow Warriors will have a first ever home playoff match against the Leicester Tigers. Whilst behind this group, the Hollywood Bet Sharks, Bath Rugby, Vodacom Bulls and Racing 92 will all drop down into the EPCR Challenge Cup competition, where they will play in the last 16 of that competition, joining the qualifiers from the EPCR Challenge Cup pool stages. Thank you for tuning in to this recap, and if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let us know in the comments below what was your standout moment from the pool stages.